Hello there, listeners. Welcome to an episode which I've entitled The Plastic Bottle Problem. Now, if you live in the UK, you will be aware of COP26, the climate conference that's happening just at this moment in time. But if you live in the UK, did you watch the Panorama programme? If not, watch it on the BBC iPlayer. And for those outside the UK, the programme was entitled Coca-Cola's 100 billion bottle problem. It is a huge problem. There are billions of single-use plastic bottles created by the Coca-Cola company that are littering the world, literally. Now, tempting as it is, this isn't a way of lambasting the company, just an attempt to highlight the problem. And to be fair to the company, they have said that they will recycle a bottle for each one they sell. But there is a problem here. They simply cannot collect and recycle enough of them. So even though they want to recycle them, they can't. So what happens to them? Well, if you had watched the programme, you will have seen rather harrowing pictures of adults, and sometimes adults with children, walking over rubbish tips, collecting the very plastic bottles that Coca-Cola are selling, putting them in bags and selling them. They get, I think, 4 pence per kilo and collect 3 kilos a day. So that's 12 pence per day for risking their health and doing the work that Coca-Cola maybe should be doing. And the problem, of course, is that without childcare, the adults have to bring their children with them, and it's horrible and smelly and dangerous. But what's causing all this? Well, Coca-Cola cannot collect enough bottles to recycle. Fossil fuels are used to produce new plastic, either to completely replenish the bottles or to add to whatever recycled plastic there can be. But fossil fuels are being used. Cheap labour is being used by the middlemen to retrieve the plastic. Everyone gets rich, apart from the workers and their children. And this is where a little bit of systems thinking, or as I like to call it, joining up the dots, comes in. How about this for a suggestion? I'm not sure it will necessarily work, but it might give us some ideas. So maybe someone designs a cart, a little like a golf buggy perhaps, or maybe instead of having wheels it has tracks like a tank or one of those vehicles that the bomb disposal people use when they're blowing up bombs, so it can walk over all sorts. It could be solar powered and be capable of traversing rubbish heaps. Now, such a vehicle, think of it maybe as a rather clever dust cart maybe. Such a vehicle combined with better picking technology, not hands, but litter pickers and other things, would allow workers to retrieve much more waste in a day and hence earn more. Companies such as Coca-Cola would get more plastic back to recycle, which would cut down on fossil fuel use and result in less plastic clogging up the environment. But I hear you say this is still exploitation, even if we have cut out the middlemen. I mean, the workers could earn more by selling directly to Coca-Cola. But when times get tough, the thankless tasks are carried out, we do tend to find that workers are very resourceful and they find ways to improve things. So whilst we might start off with my theoretical cart, we may finish up with something completely different. And of course the middleman will have been cut out because profits will go straight back to the workers. But all we or Coca-Cola has to do is to provide some seed funding or maybe some tech to get the ball rolling. Now, I'm not saying this is even a workable solution, but we should be thinking about how we can connect different things together in order to solve multiple related problems. In this case, recycling, pollution, overuse of fossil fuels, cheap labour and poverty. So have a think And if you have any ideas, get back to me. Bye for now. Thanks for listening.